the surprise teams in the Big Ten that's been very congested here throughout this season to this point has been the Iowa Hawkeyes. Your impressions on how they've gone from unranked to now a top 10 team?
Ray, extremely impressed with this team so far in the season, but it's the depth. They have 10 guys on that team that play 15-plus minutes per game, which allows them to play at a frenetic pace. I love what Fran McCaffery is doing with that team. I think the shifting of guys in and out of the roster, in and out of that lineup, allows them to play at a high level. Defensively, they get in and guard. They put up a lot of points as well.
More Hawkeye talk now with HawkeyeInsider.com and Scout.com's Rob Howe, who joins us now. And Rob, this is a team that was 9-9 in the Big Ten last year, 8-10 the year before that. Now, for the first time since 2002, they're in the top 10. So what's led to this turnaround?
I think a lot of credit goes to Fran McCaffery, obviously. He's been known to as a rebuilder of programs. He did it at Lehigh, he did it at Greensboro, he did it at Siena. And that was the hope for Iowa when they hired him 4 years ago, that he would be able to resurrect I would say a once proud program. There's a lot of good history of basketball at the University of Iowa, but it had fallen on hard times. And, this is the first time they're 4-1 since 1998 in the conference. And I think that says a lot about what he's been able to do. He's taken guys that, their two best players, Roy Devin Marble and Aaron White, weren't offered Big Ten scholarships from any other schools in the conference. So he's been able to take talent like that and mold it. And a lot of times that's what you have to do when you're going into a program that's down, because the 4 and 5 stars aren't going to go there until they think they can win.
Well, we all know often when players are recruited, Rob, they're promised a big role in the team, maybe some big minutes to go along with it. But Fran McCaffery, as Jordan mentioned, has a lot of guys averaging 15 minutes per game or more. Are the players okay with that?
Yeah, it seems like everybody's, it's a harmonious atmosphere, if you will. These guys have had a lot of sand kicked in their face, since they've gotten here. The seniors came in with McCaffery and didn't make postseason the first year. I think they're all on the same page, and being around the team a lot, it seems like there's really good chemistry. They all just want to win, and they don't get, upset if they get pulled out of the game, if they're not playing well, if they don't go back into the game, if somebody that replaced them is playing better than they were. They understand what the coach is trying to do, and they're all on the same page trying to reach the same goal.
So, Rob, as you know, the target getting bigger on this team as each game goes by. They last went to the NCAA tournament in 2006. Is this team built for a March run, and how far can they go?
It's hard to say this early with so much time left in the Big Ten season. If they continue to progress the way they are, I think the sky's the limit. I've watched a lot of the Big Ten teams this year, non-conference and inter-conference, and other than a full-strength Michigan State, and even then, I think Iowa can play with them because of the depth that you guys have talked about. And that's going to be key, if they get into the dance and end this, this drought since 2006, if they can get in there, a lot of games in a short amount of time, it helps to have this kind of depth. And they played 12 guys legit against Minnesota the other day, and the 12th man played in the first half. It wasn't garbage time minutes. They go that deep.
All right, Rob, as you mentioned, a lot of games left to be played. They're in Ann Arbor to face Michigan tomorrow night. Rob, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.